NDC there about 3.5. It is all the kahwa. What the kahwa? But 20 votes. So over here, because Nkrofo you peeved. And you say be a Juma be a NDC yeah. I'm out for rely on it because NDC will move power moon 2016. No? I got 2017. No? Now you assume. So it wasn't anything to write home about. There was no Ibia. But when we don't want to but they were peeved because of something that happened. When we don't to because you're home school. All my means we were grateful. And you're different from some Obofour Papa we intimate to Etiano. But when they just say you be amount there. Intermediate, we say, side election we say. That is the playing card. San kwala na ebe to aba.
Free high school for no.
Amo na ebe to.
Ba ku ne o owie efiakobi. En mi busa no. Obo nanado abasoso ayade wa save sika dia man parents. But so beto aba makofia panu. Okay.
Also beto aba na make say yes first 1 million anto.
Okay.
One more dollars 5.7 billion. You can decide not to be grateful. That is fine. But the new nyina na be grateful. Majority of them will be grateful.
Ebi agro no odi.
I be trying to grow no. Yes. Et you know, means I want to make a calculation.
I see.
Because me your way papa, he'll be indebted to me and I will be bill. I'm a program so and a bicycle and I'm saying, we are constitutional from the cover to cover. Free SHS no. And yet right, and yet as of right, they said they're now capitation grant in it and they say, okay, in 10 years time there should be capitation grant. What you say? At primary school for no. Ebe school free. And you have right. Into where policy will be I and I say, San Kolai we me a majority of them in illiterates. It's the metria. Na metria so be tria mo be because constitution and man kwan say me discrimination.
I see.
Into we have so Wuskano, ma oba no nko private school. But so whatever public school they free. And they say Ghana say Ghana is looking good. But the future is exceedingly bright. Minya two contestants, NPP parliamentary, this is the presidential candidate, and the NDC presidential candidate. Almost say they benefited from free education. Our enough.
Yeah.
So if that education is anything to write home about, it has produced two candidates. One has been a president before, another has been a vice president, and is vying to become a president tomorrow. It is not a bad policy. Now I believe say the youth now almost started with the youth now almost started with free maternity. Oma menem ko Zangola na benefit you.
Free maternity care no.
Free maternity care na no. Oma menem that hospital with you. Most of them now benefit you.
Yeah.
They benefited from capitation grant. They benefited from free feeding. And now they are benefited from free education.
I see.
And now they are going to go to the university in a kita Ghana card na we SS na Dr. Baumia Samoka also we senior high na. Once you have that Ghana card as an identity, banks have been instructed to give you a loan for educational purposes. We are nowhere to yaka. It's in identity. The future of Ghana is very bright because of this party, because of the policies, human policies that they have done. And this over and this year, human policies that were found. Nil. NDC comes from AFRC to PNDC to NDC. The same people, the same people. The same people. John Mahama, Atanos, Tachichukata, Kojo Chikata, Atu Austin, Atu Ahoy, Kwame na Ahoy, Kwesi Ahoy, Mentuasu. It is the same people. It hasn't changed.
But mines ni so is it different? And I say umunyina adweno so epe.
We say the mines there.
Omadwen no so pa na.
They be the same thing that they are pushed throughout. On bad power munso no. Anytime you be power be am. NDC between APNDC and NDC. We are diversity. So okay. After Champo, no more. Diversity was the sale of government enterprises to themselves, as I would put it. Yes, if company was so a friend carried. What did he do?
Yeah.
First name is some canal government there. say Mrs. Rollins there. I know 2 hours the year. Yes, Perez Chapel. Na meat marketing board for assassin. And I'm going to never ho. Say no. Why there? Yes, Perez Chapel for there. I inventing also for 20. I invent a event the Kwachanka. Na assassin steel Ghana Steel Works for there. GNTC. One FI, yeah, Mrs. Rollins. STC. State Transport, Vanef STC. Why, yeah, Mrs. Rollins.
I see.
I can go on and on and on and on and on. These companies were taking even a year at Alain Martin. Also, when they came in during Kufuor's time, he created 219 enterprises. Almost back 2016, 2017. No, Oma Tony in Amo.
NDC4.
Yes. Oma Tony in Amo. Now, me was analysis get to have it. Oza Kufuor, President Rollins, Oja Power Kufuor. There was no money. And Kufuor had to go for HIPIC. HIPIC in the Yeniska is a casa. Into no moment, a cry, and your face can get a bit to Yakan. Your fan share who can crack up and see Major and as soon as started to. If there was any money in the coffers, and Kaka said Kufuor call HIPIC. No. Into no Kaka said the name who said that Tiano, and your son and net. And you have to do something else. But Kufuor was able to work and do social interventions. Social intervention making, capitation grant, NHIS, free maternity, school feeding, Metromass, even a leap, so what to leap,
yeah,
leap, a mass lock, and the rest of it. But Kufuor free power, even though he had a very bad transition, all free power. Now, when you have crude oil, commercial quantities, crude oil, petrol, petrol, fima gas oil, fima kerosene, fima jet A1, you two plane 2, petrol, na plane is jet A1, coal tar, LPG, methane, butane, na fima ya crude oil, na nyoma fima ye commercial quantities. For the first time, Zaisika no na chese eba be Ghana fosika. Enya no kwa, osanso nya gas, agip finds no nya gas. Top grade gas. Na gas na wet gas. Crude oil wo. Natural gas wo. LPG wo. Methane. All these quality of petroleum properties are commercial value. I
see.
And in Ghana, Kufuor every power after he had powered the economy to $1 to 96 as the 97 cents. Now dollar Ghana economy is stronger. We found these ones too. It's in Oka said Ghana will be the economic tiger of Africa because when he said we're sitting pretty well.
I see.
Strange. What happened? After Mills, Sasika we na eba no boom. Yeah, there's 4 years. Yes, John Mahama say, or solve a problem.
Yeah, sir, also on the solve.
They say, no correct that.
Sir,
the issue and the war ECG, any VRA, any the rest of the power producing companies was money to pay for the fuel, money to pay for gas, money to pay for crude oil, because machines need to use crude oil. It means you use diesel. Because huge sums of money to pay for these things. Now, how can you not have money and solve the problem when the problem is just money? And you know, that it is not true because I know because I was I was a lead in a negotiation to borrow ECG $2 billion. Yes, Mr. I was in the business.
So then your power generation,
Mr. Power generation, the power and your friend is standing.
Okay.
Standing here 30% more than we needed.
I see.
It is as a generator, so one for petroleum, and then the problem, and I won.
So that I'm scanning anyone, I said no more.
Can you easy this is your first who may be on the
okay.
And at that time, the government, NDC government, your Mahama, no tongue, ECG 80% to Abrofono and 20% to Ghana. that time. In fact, I know now man's our deal na unsettled and because we recognize that's our agreement now more it supersedes every agreement we are ECG for. If the area nature say we are not protected, it will push back. In fact, we told them so, okay, we are finding it difficult to transfer them out because of the buying.
I see.
It will be other culture ourselves so of our prevention. Even when Nana no bad power. Mintos.
But what was
Nana do no bad power and the President Kufuor do no back. It took them 6 months to bring back the lights. To all them the light and back with all that poverty level.
I see.
One group of people are better managers than the other group of people.
And group Ben no.
MPP group.
President Kufuor dia wakike nyina echi. Nie ni ho de bai. But 8 years no so ye no Ghana for chire no. Moye bi munkwagima ho me ma NDC prof no so mra meto aso. Nia moye ni sesiye ye bi ni ho a mo de aba free senior school education obo ababa we bo na do abaso. Onya so say Ghana for beka se no. Moye bi ntimo so munkoma NDC.
Dey bi but ye hu bi do. Sa President Kufuor 8 years here ka so ye omankojo omahumi be. E den see ye dey sumu 4 years. Enyo me be ko bone.
Okay.
Iti ye hu bi da yes ye hu bi da. But any time behind this for bench stand for power, to say Rollins hand over power, ma President Kufuor no, it was bad.
I see.
And Kufuor pitched it up. Because the same thing when your mama was leaving, it was bad. NDC was bad. And Nanado pitched it up.
I see.
Look at the projects. I believe so. TV. It is around the country. Projects are cost. And no more cost. Look, it is not ukwa. The things that makes your life easy is that go to open document you sign online why you the document na bro. O kan ya nya adwuma as you do midnight in the year no answer wa phone no papa na kan ya na so. This is what we are beginning to see, enhancement of the livelihoodness of the people. School a free education because they went through it free. Free one way I acknowledge it was necessary. Yeah. Maybe it's a family, be said. A family, big family. Necessarily be a mother and father, mother and father, brother and yeah. Baby. Besides, I think I benefited from free SHS. I'm saying 15 from one family.
I see.
And I'm so multiplying by 18,000 per each one.
I see.
Omunya 270,000. That family alone. And I'm saying converting into dollars. They're converting about $16,000 or $17,000.
I see.
That is what the government has put in your pocket. Because had it not been that money, you would have either borrowed money to look after your child, and you probably nobody will give you the money, and your child would have become an illiterate. What you say? We SS na no JJ with the bena not to on to me because we just get to obi anso tua ma. Into the essence of the decision of Nanado in 2008 to suggest so obey free education no well winning or sa ka bi in 2012 so still obey free education now well winning now o win in 2006 rural 17. It was not a right. It was not as of a right of anybody, because the constitution does not give you that right. It was somebody who was a good person who saw the state of affairs of the youth in this country. Because free education here or not pay. The other parts, in Ashanti region, Eastern region, Giventa region, no. Pay this guy unkobi. Now Crow has growing. Unemployment level, meaning it's saying it is at the highway. This is Papa Fono. Any adwuma ye no so mu ni sika enkwala they are subservient from their parents, so how were they going to survive? And you know who say and sit now am a hawkers a tifri chrono I do it prostitution. Young girls they have become semi-prostitutes because they didn't have anything to do. Now, because of free SHS, for the past 8 years here, I reduced it drastically because of Biako school. He has something before him that he has to accomplish. Only do SS no high school or university. Also, I make a pay to make a cry my service car on my personally. Omo ko pay adwuma kakra ye no ma service ka no dia ko university and no dia ko polytechnic and no dia ko nursing school. That is a big boost, not just for them, for the country. Number one, because the youth of the country and they behold the country tomorrow. So when the youth are being put in a good state, it means our future is bright. Just like how the two presidential candidates, their future became bright when they went to free education in the north. Today, one has become a president before. He has become a vice president before. One has become a vice president. I believe that he will win the next election and he will also become a president.
I see.
There is something in the education. Whether you acknowledge it or not, yes, the Bible says, Jesus Christ said, 10 was at 12.
Yeah.
And about open the Kodan as you know, besides, yes, you hear the word of God. It's okay, be in America.
Yeah.
I said, 9, I say, 11, and no. God asks, it is not as of a right, because the Constitution will give you the right. The Constitution has not given you that right. I was here, the Abansika shoes. It is a president, or no, all through no, I've been was a Kwalanico school, because school, future looks so bleak.
I see.
Until they are some cost into obeying Abansika, even though Yadasumu not scaby anyone. Still, we are Abansika, not the famous school. I believe that it is time,
I see,
for acknowledgement. Now, it is only MPP as a party who has that kind of legacy, where social intervention, human social interventions have been done. Minya, on we diary. Minim time I see you.
I check a crack.
But me associate never
Pa.
but it's all around that I mean baba. I am more than pa.
Yeah.
Sanity. Buildings do not develop themselves. It is human beings who build buildings. Human beings who create equity. And if you take yourself to say, I'm going to develop the youth now, what you are saying is that they will now come up, create equity, and develop their settings.
I see.
Me be who are dying baby. Me who government there back crowd. They me who in and Crawford there no mercy.
Yeah.
Intiminia. That thing that man has done, President Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is monumental. Okay, say yeti. Nkrumah ye nipa boni ni. Nkrumah say. Ne obi abon Nkrumah dia no aso.
Yeah.
Because the things that Nkrumah did at that time, yeah, because it was so common. But say, a baby, but maybe 10 years time.
I see.
You can't born and not any ever sorry.
I see.
Because they invested in the human beings of it. If you're America, after the Americans, British, also British colonized America, USA. And after colonization, after colonization, independence, you know. And we say, I'm check the monarchical system. It's too much power for the government. I'm check socialist systems. Communist system. It decides that almost system in here. Liberty, more liberty is given to the people. Investment is put in the people for them to develop their intellect and their abilities. Today, by investing in them, America is the greatest country on earth. Ekrobia nipa na woman no undeveloped no. It turns out say chronic catchre. South Africa. South Africa was the #1 economy in this country. Abrafo na control in certain areas, Johannesburg, friends saying Cape Town, and a few places. Nothing happening. Because the blacks now want apartheid system. ANC buy no. Well, push your mama and call him to study and another free education or anyone. In the so-called South Africa, now a professional, and this year more Jumaya. Most of them go through, don't person them. What did they become? Because they are not educated to that level. Now, in the next 10 years, you'll be shocked.
I see.
Oh, Tim go can't be and be my name for the Okan. What did your Google says? I read the Okan and the crowd. And no, I'm not in agreement with what you are saying. Because the person has become educated.
So you heard the track record of former President Mahama as vice. compared to Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia.
He has held every position, the political positions near Kano. He has held every position.
Okay.
Right through assemblyman to MP to deputy minister to minister to even representative of Ghana to ECOWAS, and then vice president and president. He has held that position. I only charge you so that part of baby and yes our positions anyway. But labor boy, I'm saying German Honor and the constituency war. How does that place look till today? Intimania. And yeah, dear yen live through any historic. Say a cockatoo. We lived through it. Me say 57 and 57 year old. Many Ghana and the chassis.
Independent man.
So I've been through the system and I see everything that has gone on.
Okay.
When I tell you, is eyewitness or I was there when it happened. So I can give you the information, but I tell you with a lot of you say, but almost kind of kreno. Because in the kreno there, it is there for everybody to see. What MPP has done, it is there for everybody to see. Maybe they have not been able to politicize or canvass these things as they should in the early stages, you know. But the normal gen. Sometimes I ask myself, na when you sika we here, and how do you say normal we say now? Charlie, Minia,
lawyer,
and no man sa party aye na the special na do era in terms of infrastructure development. A bit beat your imagination. Baby sounds on your sky. At the time, all your free SHS as huge sums of money was going against rate. At the time, now COVID, Abba, and that you create the Swaba. It is not without crisis. John Mahama, no crisis. Crude oil, commercial quantities. Gas, commercial quantities. But yet, the baton was changed with a lot of baggage and poverty. It is very simple for everybody to know. I can understand why NDC is fighting tooth and nail for this election. Because how many people lose the election where I can assure you.
It
will be very difficult party.
NDC be collapse.
Because then they when you say they are quick. Speed they'll be getting close to first world very soon. Because the name of the good once they say for baby drip.
Yeah.
Drip when they say no, just say untrain highways be you. District level, no. Equipment said that now the sum for 5,000 workers are made tomorrow districts in 5,000 instant employment. It is all crying the sweat to tour. Drip in the baby castle. So see, I know when you're smooth run and suddenly about the good go. So them first in the over train, a crying to tour and that's all train. Copy say highways and I say if for beba. On beba na kwana say. So say it is you. So say person who talk electricity, you don't have to walk to the electricity place. You have to do person move more security where you ma. Even so account to na do ba umomo suna ko ya. Pepe na ba.
I see.
What I say? Intiminia. Ghana is sitting pretty. It's getting better by the day. The future is so bright. One more can say a comedy. Me who government to be as someone sala nyema muskana mfanko didida. But social interventions near a suffering no a limited suffering to the bare minimum. Because any man found where so we are. Oma jiji baby free with them and Oma taking care of it. You should be grateful to that because a progression. E be do some time bia. If your government pay enough money, we can say obi on your just them year leap. For the first time year leap.
Yeah.
Obi on your say man income support and I man unemployment benefit and a disability allowance and I John Mahama na petroleum subsidy. Maybe so.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know petroleum subsidy.
Yeah.
The guy who has created situations for the economy to be so difficult to manage. And also economy 90. Driver force Owusu Juanah petroleum prices. Transporters almost two kwan and no more a petroleum subsidy na ye free hold. Petroleum subsidy near and Kabia government okay petroleum say be 10 cedis. Me too because me himself go for baby encourage ma omunye communist no matiso by 3 cedis. Said the they can afford it. Oh no you free so. Insurance when they increase here. And you know. And what is he talking about? Of course, 24-hour economy. And they're the biggest deception. that I have ever come across.
24-hour economy. Also,
the biggest deception. Obi abedidi keke. But all the chance I go see obi fi akoje do na di. 24-hour economy, as I understand it, my position is this. It must be backed by a huge industrial base. Okay. So meaning, also meaning I may buy 100 pieces of shirts this year. Yes, okay, factory, no. 8 hours, yet me a 10 bill. Or say, yes, we are another 8 hours count. That's 10. That's 8 hours count. Now 10, 24 hours. Now, we produces 100 shirts in the money. So it must be backed by an industrial hub. I just say, science industry, no, a pushing your money, but say, boom, boom, and now demand no so go for more ton your man. Almost more ton your man. Oh, economy, industrialization, we're Ghana, 20%. And 20%. And how can you have 25? I say, and yet optional. And the granny boo no people. I say optional. Government policy of that sort, I would say, best solve a man for economic difficulties. Optional. And who is going to opt to suffer? Only the outcome. Okoti baby, and not flip it is not obtainable in this country or any country near Africa. Only that is industrial. Even America with all the industrialization, China and the rest of it, they are not saying so. Because it must be backed by positive demand. Positive demands are quite okay to can or they talk. But they be no to mungo kwa yemra na mento. What I say? It's any
anya possible.
And your boy.
Oh sir.
Miss boy. Okay, be keke.
Oba my nyina portrait farm en kokko bi na.
En kokko gidi no.
Eno en kokko man am se no ka konke. So be ya kokko agise ne ba. Na wanyini.
And then government policy do say kokko kete. Obi so be create 1 million jobs by digitization hub no. Obi create 1 million jobs. Otifie na wo ye adwuma na etua oka. Wo de o se kokko kete. Da be na kokko ne beba. Na kokko no. Enyini. Na se kokko yare esima. Efewu. Ansan when you skadi ahwe ho. It is not obtainable. And we are private business something you etiwe. I see. Person me go into pottery. To akakobo boni chense akofa ne kokoma oye owi ana oton and the private level but one person who the policy back for the benefit of all yeah a bit of free SHS a government policy that takes people from illiteracy to become literate government policy first operability momo obi use momo say a government policy for people to be able to move money easily government policy but me so bad. 1 million jobs will be created for people from Betty Fee. I support system. There will be a support system. Until Tiffy and a company we were America. A man is almost support system and almost year when you try to by hour. You know, into create jobs. But who in BB? And before the BB buy, almost say 1 district, 1 factory.
Yeah,
that is the way to go towards that end. 1 district, 1 factory. Because 1 district, 1 factory means commercial activity in all the districts. What is a factory in the BC here? Say, be say, juicer. Sa juice you pay a moon. Sa
fruit juice
now will pay moon. But what I say? Fruit juice now will pay moon. You see, a fruit juice on the Cofona Chromono. Almost started by planting the citrus fruits, the pawpaw, the mango, and then Sanyo. Into a plantia. No matter factory. Na factory inside you're drinking. Then can be a free feeding. Akolaba could be a man back on one.
I see.
Every afternoon. Then you create a chain of commercial activity. It benefits the farmers and the people who farm. It benefits the factory, and then it benefits the consumers. And only 1 district. 1 factory. It is 1 district, 1 factory. It will become very viable and realizable in the next 15 years.
I see.
Satana farms in a year, and I feel factories in Usaba, and I feel the market is also created. This would be certain time we don't import a drinks ya atra baby for 5 years, 6 years as an omode bagane. You know, will be a thing of the past.
All right, yes, live on the show. Lawyer Charles Owusu Juanah, private legal practitioner and then member of the NPP. And I'm no 18 Komono. Ammonia was also a Lovista, Omunko, Umjitan Quanche very soon. After so lawyer ne about for a free show no sono. Minon Musabedin Komo. But for a cover. Now, Boko de. And the same can miss a lawyer who heading car in Yamana. Intidian Abeka.
Because in some time, I can say in that. Oh, the mechanic said, "Baby, I drew. I say, come on, Baba, be doing that." So, they are destroyed, and I'm the man, MP, executives from more various communities. Say, Ma, Obia, everyone's. Because, wait me a campaign, but the Miami more young one. Because contest, everybody thought I was winning, but it grew last minute. That is why I want the money. Into the man, the training man, social media, no. I said, Ebano, even write it to the movie. So don't write it to the movie. If you say, you're winning every year, you're here, and this is for the in the moment. I'm going to meet the affairs. It's the share Namakase. Omo, Enkoswa, Enkokode, Emma, the new patriotic party. Na yemfa ikundi no embra because na kopon ya dom na se ba se me papa kokoto aba na se be frame nua ebi so kokoto. That is where we can maximize the vote into one. Ye papa kokoto aba na you make sure say you be free you nua aka ho na you nua atwo bi ya sa papa ko free omo a you make sure say every single person or community we are vote. Now say you vote one, now say you win here, and at that time no, and this for wouldn't have any cause to come to the street and then complain say if be area now that be there. It's when you some of the person the car, and Germany no man or motion or other constituencies and the various communities. And then two, what you buy lot paper and so on, making sure say what here. She said, anyhow, say ink, and I say even pen paper, your friends say pen dot cry away try. You still have the right, so that you can translate the ballot paper will be tempered with into the beer, the amount of food, or the amount of food, over to me. And we will be friendly beside me say, why run the voters ID card? Into no then so will to me. The catcher and say, when you voters ID card, you still have the right to go to the polling station and ask the polls for say because almost another list of one D a woman so now the what you do if you did so that's a ready let us say we say it may obey to me now and also what so voters ID card I mestre say Emma we are more show say on to abanibi e papa bi aso obeto abanibi and this time about year to this year historic in any say your president be a Ghana for show the red card I also person sabe bi and this was sabe bi wa it means say on no asset record because ya to aba etia no ama wako asabe bi and you war a political party or more ya transfer for a film watching your friend say your person you go beyond the 8 years into 8 years will be a balance or by this time no if we're able to go beyond the 8 no there there's a NPP as a political party no so
okay
that's setting a record so minimum say oh yeah NPP ni that's it part of the success story of the political party to the this time no the little that you think so better me ama vote no akosrobia do it because you may think say ade kitu abi na wo hye your friends o community no mo na wo ye no
okay
ufuso obi e hu no sa ade kitu aro ba be carbon ama na ba be ya ade kese ama political party do da eswa bamfaso ama Ghana
okay
enti no best say obia enye bibi kakra no fan support party
I see. Back to a lawyer na you wrap up na ja Oluma enkoje na home wabre lawyer ye bejawa mo akọ ofana message jame bo amemenda to Ghanaians ya mo beto aba e wa ase
my final message to Ghanaians in the cell. Before a baby on was out of away in America. A man boon, and yano. I was said, but I said a robo over. I didn't know, and I said a microphone, I sit a little bit better. Now, you will be a friend, say price control.
Okay.
Ghana, you need price control.
Yeah.
So, over here, Rolling Star, on your price control. Because Omusa for two prices more arbitrary, which is not commensurate with the cost levels of the product. For example, my cotton shirt, me ton 10 cedis. Me buy my ton 50 cedis. Because me who say me ton 50 cedis amount for better. It is wrong. And Dr. Baumiaso he will try to find a way so that microphone number ton your man. Almost one you'll be cushioned at least a little bit. Last time I taught a body drew 20 cities. Body a drawing now soccer 20 cities. I was my friend. And I made the call cry because I'm in Japan. The other I'm saying because East Legon, because top body, Coco. Me do what body better you come for. And about 6 cities. In the body better, my minute on 24 cities. Maybe to a government. Government. The cost of living now across one crime, any rural, urban areas, no, and traders normally wicked, normal bought among for poor. Rollins was frustrated into the buy price control. Into town no money about you when you chow chima. Now, your boy no money don't come.
Yeah.
But it was not a good policy. Until the Ghana fire, I want to say, interest traders, no, Muna mo criticize unnecessary hardship, no, because your case a check cost levels are. Into Ghana free. Monsieur Juma MPP for ye. Monsieur social human intervention so my Monsieur infrastructural development on my Monsieur Enkola omodu omu kosku said about me better tomorrow on my na Monsieur nyomo my baby o madro a omu nwie ye because krom ha government for ba government ba kunu nyoma no ye no ajai because on person obeto aso ne ka say government we na chance na mon to aba ma on no mon to aso na Dr. Mamudu Baamia and my to aso because o ka success story no onu ka hu bi na na do last no o kasa o baby also tiwo and Dr. Mamudu Baamia ba no be ka chen say when you see 9 major district hospitals pay no so you sure your research you say here 111 such hospitals around the districts of Roma. And then your friend agenda and no agenda 111 now. Almost start to Musisi. This is a government that researches and delivers for the benefit of the human beings of this country. It is someone demand to me and got to about Mahomedia and ye whoa. Ye be 2008. This is playback 2024. You playback. And you playback 2208. Say ye mistake. You better soon. You better win na manaka don't pay. Asana MPP for Saba no ma be cranking up. One more my man just want to vote on microphobia. To say Chada. To say Alenche Martin. They will never win the elections.
Matisa the microphobia already draw from the race. Alan supporters be circulate on social media
because he will not win. Anti-power and the presidential power is vested in the human being and it is very powerful. If he doesn't have that power, he cannot change anything. And you don't waste your votes. But even the Chada and Mr. Chiramati and the rest of it, yes, they might be good. But we are talking about somebody who can hold power and transform the power. As on Baumiani Nanado, Oma Yibida, but Nanado Oko, Baumiani Eba. Or be twasu, woman the crown on twasu. We are was not twasu. no be another MPP ni asabe be toaso na fi ye co first world me my first world for 45 years be first world me me sausage engineer in pa.
I see. What did they pay? Ugusu
me gusu me nyai
afen abedi ni mo
fen person did more me adia me many abri because yeah me some time ago me kotra papa de me mama ko school Sierra Leone ti me kotra for some time ye ko Liberia ye ko ye ko G America ye ko America me ko abroche ko suan law me se me ba besra me offer me ba me ka for 1 year because entokwa na e wo Liberia no I overflow to Sierra Leone.
I see.
I didn't think entokwa ne ba sa nyoma politics ya entro when my jatu when mu jitum Congo so ne natives no boom Liberia down boom Sierra Leone down SLPP APC boom Sierra Leone down in Rwanda as a kill the Tutsis in the native another tribe and of the other tribe go find machetes and in Kutima entered into Tutsis and some kum, you know 1 million people died within an hour.
I see.
Yem penny sabi nti mom ye toaso no mo konkosi baby o mo de bekwa kosie na Ghana yem fa yentuma panfra na enko yanim ye hu bi da 2000 ye hu bi Hippic 2008 ye hu bi darkness doomso they say doomso Oxford dictionary mo doomso e wo Joma ama na me nya sadino why are there on that level you do so Oxford dictionary must say
look David the lawyer we dey read him ah minim say bibi obi wa da nka ye fa wonsi
me dey answer bisa santimine
okay
santimine so obi hwe TV bia ti masem asantimine so mo MPP no esimo na so the MPP to be quite you winning Ashanti region, you winning Eastern region, enough. It will win elections. MP without that sentiment, MPP is not nothing.
Yeah.
It's a party near Modia. Ebinum wofu pa. Ebinum fisi eja omumu. Ebinum se nyoma bebre enkosuye. Me say mo fanche. Because oko toka na kofa driver. So me twe car na. Car dey audio. Driver and the driver no wako. The driver ni ye bibi na so ka say driver ni hunti mi jaka no maka na pro dia. Aye wa cost.
Yeah.
Na se so bi enim say Ashanti region mo na mo to aba ama MPP. The government you be bia onye MPP government. Obe make sure say obe mi na mo say be ya next time mutimi to aba nti. Because onim so ye den kra month. Inti Ashanti man muntie mi na muntie mi well. Ye nya ya Ashanti for. Mo momodin na mo mfa bibia nche na mo to aba na say de se to aba. Said the Bianco you see the food your partner and your piano. And go for my juma p. Oh my quine, almost see hospitals, almost see classrooms, almost STEM schools, almost free education, almost no my baby. Ye and yafa pim solid I be now. Mom quine no moon ye. Na Ghana and fan into my penfra. Obia ya kill that tika will be unfanche. They move forward as a nation. To claim this presidency. Now for this time dear, ye njane tata say 2028 is meba.
Yeah.
It is almost banners on me and no man on me and Dr. Bamba we so tie the any. Say 2028 say banners man and your my say 2028 me may opposition. Me may opposition. Because then you have not treated as failure.
Okay.
But say said dear and no my point is me my analysis so many because some know the right frame of mind and they are in the flow to curtail their flow no? So cut it off it will take a long time to crank it up.
I see.
So
all right where the lawyer then can count but why am learning media me musao e Ghana force me musao ECG what do me tell you no e you must say this every month umbe reading the bill bro na utua omutimi tena ho 4 months 5 months omufa ma o na bro huge amount say go tua what tua na this connect to light right
I know there oh they be as I know my way back I saw hwe nyoma bebre I saw hwe nipa no na sitrem so wodi abudi be ne to hwa na ye kese a ebia ne wanya sika na woka no wanya nkotua na kyese ebia bedum ne kane na aduane hye fridge ma na ebe pro ene nyoma enti ECG for and I don't think it is right anya lawful say social settings no obe wunim say papa ye bia onya adwuma ko obi ne kra na boa na manitua na obe twen a compensate 6 months and na odi ne bill abade me say anya right it is me dia me dey on be court say Instagram payment ni mami
na Ghana court you no obi ya disconnecting light o 2000 okoye do court
and say na obe hu ye no lawyer ni bia wo bibia friend pro bono
I see
pro bono ye free of charge it oba na me hwe na say mama yes see no me court me throw letter court
I see
mama ye enti no na che say ye Instagram no uka say oba gisika nya mempre into Instagram chiche move maybe 12 months na fe new one ba na de kakra ka ho no otimi atua na ne ho ahen ha
na oben vice nti income nti mo ne nkasa sesa de na
de bia no de ye wo
koso no
o de yisi yesi de se betimi ne o makasa se masa sa de no de so
munyai na nye
de munyai ene de mo make sure say the panza be ka na be
ko na amafo so muntu aba man PP because of sa de na koso no
o mo ka je so mo tie de ka njem say we de no easy thing na you bet ya resolve na nko an ochena eje no nye ntu no mo nto aba so mo hwe nyoma bebrebe ayi MPP fo aye no mo de to aba na we de one touch
I see
we nya big deal bia we must solve no tomorrow we are
me that say all right
and that's obi aya me lawyer ni kese o mo fa obi ECG fo ba no so mo je eya mo fa mo tro me letter me number wo
no problem
me tro letter ko
okay
o ma twetwe mu kete
I see but for quick one e dey na be ka twatwa na ya so
okay let us there because we can edika to operate they are Ghana so they now decide to see the first to be in ya and to be MPP free advice because this for that doesn't public sector one omo ye ne maybe to favor the position until no say be omo bi e no mo so yes I am na you betu omo for say omo ye Ghana na me say kai etiefo ene ahefo kwebo wa smart be get brand you can on TV that because time na jo Mahama to so ya no ya go fra ntinye me ko na ka na me say be kai ahefo say jo Mahama o 2013 scandal bi ba so dia friend Jida Ghana for e boka e ka twitwi die pa sebi o na ya dia ho hwe ya enye enti ye audit no a review said catastrophe about 200 million be FR on one side. Yeah, 2014 you see became two million macho mama baby and two 2014 Sada scandal and also Emma Omayano John Mahama Kroy also all be yo Emma Omayano Boka Kesiapa Amari Power Deal 2015 a car John Mahama at the Betty Trade Ghana for Komo. Now we're talking about $510 million. A car no moon. Ah, you know, the ground FR, a combo for Butum. Ah, send it power say or so Saturday. The Ghana for social no found and found trouble. You call Brazil World Cup. Yet time 2014 yet the plane yet time sika about $3 million. The baba fire and the call ABC we also have the other John Mahama time I had him go a second sepa and Ogu Ghana for and then the BBC the baby I just said one of Ghana gas or a Ghana deep no more than $3 million no was no about John Mahama the born 2016 for the expedition. And also, Brad John, yeah, as I project as you said, because no man down for be to release be contract. Into no contract, no, ne back cake, necessary talk car at the channel. Send me power say, or see and share near trouble, the man. They are also Ghana for Berry. Yeah, Kaka or Moshe, not say any power say, say the Bayer, yep, Hamburg. 2012 to 2016, I guess I remember Penny in Kaka. Ghana photo Edda Isumu At that time, I show you how TV, I like to do. Naka, Omuitri, Omomadi, Omnipa be bread, you must say, to the extent, say, you might be crying for the echo Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. Anna, Bass Brandy, Kakeku, I branded in 2015. And also, we're talking about 3.6 million cities for the band and Prague. So, when you're working, and I says, I can't according to me. And I can't say, Papa John, and come to play. Your friend is the steps, said Hamlet, and don't cry there. To the extent, say, yes, I take a committee, I will on Emma, catch the Nipa Allotegel Cup is no a central region, and this is for chairman, say our patch of Emma. Said the power is also a person of view, the Kai Ghana for.
Okay.
And that you will be a very super info solution. 2013, and also 74 million cities, and also a finance asset. And you're betting your car.
Yeah, you're bringing tea. Okay.
Say the panel, say.
All right.
Yes.
Papa no only Baba Baby she the vice president of the republic our congressman people.
Okay.
Ever can then you take a home body here.
All right.
Okay. Yes, I am always saying that I am
yes, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, that you want na yeah, the Kuma can also atwaso edi. Ama before 7 o'clock, you know. Mami nye mo fasi birthday no emanu na ye nai ho emra sisia na Lovista ye ansa na moba na Lovista ne menuamu ne metwaso birthday. Okay, happy birthday to you Sakina. Yeah, Sakina a nice lady. And Sakina a birthday. Sakina, happy birthday. Oyonko unuaba madwa of Tanoso so we show. Happy birthday. All right, kewo my enten na yentu ankomo no so efamam.
President Mahmoud Bawumia explained that the electric buses were acquired to make public transport affordable and advance the country's efforts towards transitioning to clean energy. Unlike diesel and petrol-powered buses, the electric bus has significantly reduced fuel and maintenance costs, making it more affordable. Dr. Bawumia emphasized that the introduction of these eco-friendly vehicles will lead to a remarkable 50% reduction in transport fares while reinforcing Ghana's commitment to clean energy and sustainability.
The use of fossil fuel-powered vehicles, its impact on climate change and air pollution are no longer distant threats, but urgent realities that demand immediate action. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the economic benefits of using electric buses cannot be overemphasized. Electric buses, as we know, offer lower operating and maintenance costs compared to conventional diesel buses. The use of the electric bus will therefore translate into more efficient use of resources and cut operational costs by about 50% to the benefit of passengers.
Dr. Bawumia was hopeful that the electric buses will revive the fortunes of Metro Mass Transit, the company charged to manage the vehicles.
Metro Mass will be better positioned to enhance services, lower transport fares, and invest in fleet renewal and expansion efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, while the benefits are promising, the success of this project relies heavily on commitment to robust and continuous maintenance. The neglect and mishandling of buses will derail the effort that has gone into the acquisition of these buses. As a people, we should know that reckless use of public assets represents an enormous drain on national resources.
Head porters, popularly known as kayayes, are part of those trained to drive the electric buses as a way of getting them off the streets. The 100 electric.
So finally, Ghana has reached a monumental milestone in its pursuit of sustainable development. The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's promise to revolutionize public transportation with a fleet of 200 buses is now being fulfilled with the arrival of a first batch of electric buses. While this marks the initial delivery of what will eventually be a fleet of 200 buses per his promise, the arrival is already seen as a major step in reducing the country's carbon footprint and improving urban mobility. If you want to know more about this arrival of the initial batch of 200 electric buses into Ghana, be sure to stick to this video to the end as we disseminate its details. Also, be sure to hit the like button as it helps inform more people as well. Let's get into it. These initial electric buses, which arrived at the Tema Port, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, represents the government's broader commitment to enhancing the quality of public transport and combating climate change. Designed to be effective, comfortable and eco-friendly, they are expected to set a new benchmark for Ghana's transportation system. The electric buses form a key pillar in Ghana's strategic transition to greener energy solutions in transportation. Manufactured by top electric vehicle companies, the buses are intended to replace older government buses, which are fossil fuel-powered vehicles that contribute to pollution and high operational costs. The initial deployment will target high-density cities like Accra and Kumasi, where traffic congestion and air pollution are more severe. According to government officials, these areas stand to benefit the most from the immediate introduction of electric buses, as they account for a significant share of Ghana's vehicular emissions. While this delivery is only the first wave, the government's vision for a full fleet of 200 buses to provide greener, more reliable and more affordable public transport options for millions of Ghanaians. The government has also started installing an EV charging station at the station where these fleets would be kept to ensure the seamless integration of these buses into the public transportation system, as government has done with the Ayalulu buses. The introduction of electric buses is an unexpected addition, but is expected to yield significant benefits for both the economy and the environment.
Ammonia, quickly, ammonia. Aha, meet you. That's money I'm moving away.
I've said that some of you are going to be my security service. And because of one abaso, I say group of company for you now, I'm able to be abaso, I'm on show there. Zana said, before some of us, I'm saying, lawyer boy and said this one, a channel which let you go for travel, and you be a confused. Or can we be far fortune? None of them said for the outcome was saying up to now. Or a car, a Kufado convoy out in Namon will be there. I didn't say a corrupt now, and I say a bribe now, or G and one found with CDF Owusu, or the Abaka government convoy that I was to see a Kufado Kobe, a Kawa Modico. Say, when you say, no, I am a Modio Munkaman Guno, say, no, I am not going to see me today. And only if you home. Almost say, but we are so creating 100,000 jobs for youth. Yeah, on local ya na buy crack it and kitty. I'm fan say, and Baba one and Babu boys are or more chat better or more crack. One for the Jumo company did that room or the Abba and cry not say or more chat bed crack. Oh, buy a chum. Oh, cry out now, Cham was say, a dear Chiaoba or Baba. Yeah, they put it like what it bempah. I mean, you. A politician has a government or one cassan or yet campaign Tian one cassan see that this a woman. Because now no what to sue. Also say me bad me. To see another always to see. The day they sue can answer. We be to my BCC because President Akufo-Addo might say oh yeah economic media we now ultimate BBR.
From mama show more be.
The normal about but oh no this answer. Mafia by the 12 and never be on now say if you host. Yes, I never chill over corner Nasi and then the team on honor or the baby or the before about also. You let go the mammy can short, you let go by the church or say, Oba, what about the other two self or yet mobile money and also Oko, who said it was sick as see near two. Betting tax what you too good. Now, I want a disability for what it's now, but some we are Kakanka, Oba and Oba Chum. after Mr. Crapo can say 2 boot no the bed and Johnson and toilet as would do Horman or Odakoye. And Tisani Mana, I'm saying, many grandpa some waffle, lawyer kind dear. The Bena and Okoye, and Tigana for you, I moved to Tigamama or Bayano. Say, or the car, like say, project Biblia, I could find the ban or that's all commission. Why is it? Say, a car commission, and I say, a car, in fact, idea, your mamma, yeah, but me and I prefer the way to me from compare more. Because it's here, say, oh, quite which hospital, or na ye, it gets here, I mean, from Cobia, on the ye, they free senior high schools. Why, you baby, I don't come and buy a president, I could find the buy was education and Prano. Oko di joma bi so ho oko adobe awra bi kese bebre kwa can only ni hono aka meji say education ka be successful.
Okay,
it is obi ya de na say oba en condemn say onye ahwe because government dey continuation to be a bibia oba can say the party ba en condemn say wa born to the sense o ti me ya hwe because wa bibi what you say interchange say awa ye wa bebre na say ayi wa na ayi the first one run about to amodi asoba bo sisi amoso mo ye wan about 20 ana so ko hono ma de ko hono ti jo mama de waye bida ale ni de oye entino obi a onim de mama bia no nya kasa tenten na be ma na sesa na adwo so obako koto ama obi foforo.
Okay,
entino de be ka jo mama de so waye si back ye imabunu ne omo ga na aforo mo tim na mo hu say tamale odisia ha ti yakutisia na mi ta na ti ka se me ka tam na ti oko ha ti si oko tamale ti sia na first na president mama buy no obesi hono ofi hono na o come make street ono onye kremoni o so atima ye nema bebiri ama kremofo.
All right, okay, yes, Lovista
minua ananse
be kwai
minua ikasa ye na minim se nkobedi mama ho adanse nkokwa kete na ka night club yewra kofia pollution bo se o de child benefit e ba no obi se o de Ghana card ba obi so se akokọ na odinu mani achikro otimi wu no one sa akokọ no na oche no ba edina blo na ade abobobla minua wo yewra kofia polu a oso ono no mansia owo munya abrochire ana abrochenya woto nye unemployment benefit obeje 500 Ghana cedis he na me say adansi okọ won ta fo kra de atade wati ade net wa wi ate dede eti minua o free stadium ha ro wati ade na be ka ye ho evi say ye the unemployment benefit ba minua ye rekofia palu o si nyame ya adom na Ghana fo nya gidie eto abama na minua akuafo bam omo farmers obi o ye kuadwuma na ko retire ye betua ne ka retire na ne say on say government ko nya say yes ko retirement akuani betima ye adwuma saa me na ba kwa ba abere wada ho won ti ban say single room enam say akuafo enfo nya hwe ye rekofia policy ye me adom na kam 7 December eto abama na kuani bia betua ne ka minua me say eya na ye mani wo esa ye me kra ya say Ghana me panyi dada John Dramani Mahama o say oba o de dia na eba 24 hours economy 24 hours meba 24 hours economy no me Lovista me bi da ko bi kro ya da China ana say baby am store first store no China for no ye no mo opposite no o mo ya adwuma ma de chen me wa pharmacy bi wo ho asa pharmacy 24 hours me ba ya opi won lady ba ko na run shift eti apolu policies are to one ma eba be boa Ghana for or the free university education ba o se ono ba free SHS no ono amba be gunu se de yare ma plan se omo de free SHS no ba be omu ba be gunu no yewura apolu say ono double track system no omma embetaache na nyame adoma oba enai no na bi ba be ka ho na owia afide atima straight day yewura apolu say so free SHS na uko free university education Ghana for mum pewe da mo pede o betra se bia tutu futuro gumani ye rekofia palu ani kukudofo a osi ade a oyo enti misra mo ya come 7 December no nyane aduma mimi nda ya rabo nkubu hanifa ye repalu oye number 5 e obara paper no so oni do se Ghana for to obama no no be Ghana yie ye rekofia police oba wono Ghana security agents no omo ho atom special police for hwe oba once sometimes we call police for baby omo tete ne ade na sometimes we call omo dan omo dem especially so yela ya a police oba obama omo free accommodation na dan no hye uwo ma uchime ho ura ha toilet ni oba afuni na woni aye ho ase ompo no ye de dwumade bi a hye se bogana ho ban aban we his excellency the coming president Kofi Akpolu Kofi Akpolu aban na apɛ ho aban enti me sira Ghana fo e mo bia ntu mfuturo ngumani e se enuanom free SHS MVP NDC aban we be ka se e scam and a free SHS no upon yewura akufo ado na mamuo bone ene bo wa bo nyanti free SHS do timi implement ye ama me no fa se ba kwa benefit eti be sira enka ye be ko ye upon the free university education ba ene na say hweso ni MVP any NDC esi nchen ni de Kofi Akpolu ba me so be Ghana card ye we o se Ghana card no be wo ye se Ghana card da hono ma zukom do no aka card bia no e kom do no ka bia we yewura police won de nya Ghana card ye wo to nye child benefit to beje edimi nua o to fefefe sam na bia na maye 3 sam na mi kasa na ile family planning because on so ba wu bia ka ho because nim say o man no emu ayedin masa Akpolu ba wo ba wo bi ka ho ye mof I child benefit wo be na opa de
na waka jo twa wo
oh na esi ano de si ano yiri to na ile family planning se minimum pa na ile family planning on ba so ba wu bi because adantia onim say esi ano Ghana no emu ayedin because ye di amambo she ye friends ye wura mama oba no toro kan na ewura akufo ado so ati ase enti Akpolu ba ama Ghana sky be she botom because enya afi na ba so de atena asaje oba bi hu ye betwi obaka se wo ento me se unya wo ntafo kra de atadwe wa wi atade
Lovista na de yaka anti bakwa foti odi nti na omu hwe so nto abama wo
o ne se me de abane de bakwa fo
o so mutu ama npp
enya se mutu ama npp rafo enya o mutu ama no wa wi ni
Rafa win abane
raf opoko du se wi ni bakwa seat no for parliamentary ayi no anu nya na no last 2 months me say 7 December se electoral commission as sana for 1 year and kan say fan kwa campaign dia 7 December na de
be kwa nkwenti no nsesa
oh say bia na obehu say de econo bia Lovista mo no body betu aka say yes na de 1 year kan ye fan campaign so o me assessment kula mu o me assessment kwa say fan say campaign bia raf no du no enya dia obi abetima to no say
so no over race na amofo mu da lawyer and why say this time what
na amofo de so no reject no amofo de yire kula ntoma no lawyer go say amofa na yire kula ntoma no amofa na amofa ni pe say ni bedi bakwa so amofa mimi ni amofa bedi bakwa so bakwa bakwa be say ayi no Sodom and Gomorrah no bakwa amofa nje ni pa independent candidate amofa obi MPP kula MPP party the whole MPP party ma want me undisciplined ho because of arrogance of free party political party no
okay
na bakwa the edition say obey ni
all right
let's say bakwa for den ka oba boy bongalas kula ko be say bola na abafo ya dia
okay
say abafo na mo no on say munipa abafo nya obi obunipa enti masa abano bakwa for ato oboda wie
onyini nyina so
bakwa for omato oboda wie bakwa for no omato oboda yi MP omo pe omo se lawyer raf obakwa du say oni nipa o ho blase uyi mi Lovista me free ho a le obakwa du say na ye nipa o ho blase ono okofo wona ahemfo ahema nkola mo bakwa ene etirefo bakwa nya atu odi na chi edimi se nyame adoma se to kami 7 December ikwa na amfa ma ya nyame adoma 2028 no me Lovista me ko parliament
me da se mikrom ni ammonia ho amana bechi o mu ye bre na odi kan kasa ya sana yeta maso ho amana bechi o akwan de ya
ba mfa sa agugo kwan pese mama se oba be gu amaye se Elizabeth tu so obusia so oba be ya amaye eko ye friend say
say me say kwa de omagu
busia say
from sapasi to
omungu sapasi to
o fa so da be
oh me fa say me say be haba
omagu me honam o fa ho da be anya from Daku farms jansi wo to busia say
Daku farm me kasa sapasi
omagu say to ye friend say sunya me road
ofa ha che ego pie ba bia mo ya yo ano
fancy
am ka so pie face
omagu da oh
ode man fan chi ama chifu ode wo so omagu ode man fan bisara se ode bibi eji adi di kan si am fa se ba ko bi ja ka se pa ma me fada
ni yo forward
am fene ma le bukari
okay
eji ana pa ana be ma madam Mary ana madwuma yefo nyina me sister Salamo kumkom me madam for am se me ko ba bia o jame ho e fe no konka ye wa awo nua
DJ Konka
awo boss FM nti ya ka se ko mo mi na
okay Lovista how na
binua before me ko no machia eye asantima nya wura krowura yewura otumfo oseitu na bibo odin a eye wa wo de she Lovista na mama emu so na makọ adenkrenya ma hene na opofre nyam bekwa ma hene kokofu ma hene asaso ma hene na michem nya na machia bekwa regional commander district commander any police wo bekwa nya me wia na makọ friends for Lovista movement for Lovista for change Lovista ladies eye oba fe Ellen Masa Lovista ladies emwefo because Lovista ni made eye mechia omu nyina Ellen ono ani Lovista ladies organizer aba fe na nemba no timi sedi fa so a oputu the question bi anansi in fact o kire say journalists no in fact politicians no sunsum na wonu menua na makọ eye da na machia osofo Peter na makọ achia se na machia nyame akọ afodwo na machia anwa kwantafo nyia se omunya gidi omemu be primitation no ebeba so life menua na mede nchi akesi akwa ama eye bekwa iban ni asansofo ene patase apaso omunya na masasere se nyame adema eye memenda ebai oma omukoto aba ma me Lovista omaji atumu no omukoto ma me emo nya omaji se bi obi edi nka wi nti omukoto ma me na me vote a manya no mentini me da obi bia ase
me so me da was we ammonia from Achimango Beja South in fact when me free tino so da sa na ye no dwuma na sa na ti ammonia ewie e na no so ebestra e sanso na Lovista be kwa LPG we say aba no okan obi bet in advance NPPPC Ralph awene omo election no wie sanso na lawyer wote kan e wo show no so the frame kwamna jana nsema me na chino Desmond ene kwabna asi omune boy me edi hwe biro nyame bo a ochena me hwese betimi ne mo hye